Well, the clock is ticking towards the deadline for implementing two-thirds gender role principle, but lobby groups such as the Kenya Parliamentary Human Rights Association, however, remain hopeful that a solution can be found in time. As KTN's Timothy Otieno reports, the caucus is making radical proposals that include doubling the number of senators to bring in more women.
To bring a different...
With just 3 weeks left to the August 27th deadline for implementing the two-thirds gender rule, lobby groups couldn't be any busier. The Green Amendment campaign, spearheaded by the Parliamentary Human Rights Caucus, is one such group. The group seeks to have 1 million signatures from Kenyans to support the implementation of the two-thirds rule. According to them, amendment through a popular vote will be more effective than a parliamentary amendment of Article 81B of the Constitution.
If we let the parliamentary process proceed the way it has done, it might not realize the enactment of a law to realize the two-thirds gender principle.
Over the last 4 months, 2 bills have been introduced in Parliament to help avoid a constitutional crisis. The Chepkonga bill, presented by the chair of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, suggests that the rule be implemented progressively in a span of 5 years. But it's a bill that has faced opposition, especially from the women folk in Parliament. They say the bill seeks to jeopardize the time limit for the implementation.
We have 26 requests.
Another bill presented by the leader of majority in Parliament, Aden Duale, has also received a lukewarm reception on the floor of Parliament. The bill seeks to allow the creation of special seats for women in both houses. The male parliamentarians insisting that elective seats should be contested and not simply handed over.
We are not opposed to the Duale bill. Like my colleagues have said properly, is that we seek to support any bill that seeks to help attain the two-thirds gender rule. The only bill we oppose is one that wants to take away that right.
The campaign recognizes gender equality is a social issue that involves both men and women. It is therefore cannot be trivialized to be a woman issue. Cognizant of the need for equality in decision making, the Green Amendment campaign takes all deliberate steps to ensure that men and women of all strides of life are involved in the campaign. Having got initial support from women, the Green Amendment, the Green campaign actively seeks to have more male faces to the gender campaign, since it is not a woman issue only.
The lobby has now come up with 2 formulas they say will salvage the situation. The first formula, which they call Formula 136, will seek for the increase of women's seats from 47 to 136 through twining of constituencies, such that counties with several constituencies can have multiple women representatives.
We appreciate that the Constitution did not create good mechanisms for purposes of realizing the Constitution, for realizing the two-thirds gender principle. You appreciate that Kenyans should have chosen an electoral process which should have been giving us straight ahead a method to realize the two-thirds gender principle. That is what we seek to do in the Green Amendment campaign, by creating specific women's seats to number the two-thirds that the Constitution anticipates.
The second formula, termed Formula 94, seeks to raise women representation in the Senate to 94, up from the current 16 nominees. It's an ambitious plan that may have come a little too late, but they remain adamant that despite the strained timeline, Kenyans deserve what is rightfully contained in the Constitution. With exactly 21 days left to the constitutional deadline for the implementation of the two-thirds gender rule, lobby groups such as the Kenya Parliamentarians Human Rights Association insist that if their 2 main suggestions are incorporated into the bills in Parliament, then a constitutional crisis can be avoided. Meanwhile, time is running out. Timothy Otieno, KTN News, Nairobi.